Hi, special.
To be honest, we've seen the disaster what happened when we lost, and that's why Keir's very clear that we can never put forward a programme ever again that the British public can't vote
General
for,
election.
because the British public ended up with Boris Johnson, and we've seen the disaster
Labour
of what
Party.
happened under Boris, under Liz Truss, and now
Angela.
the unfunded tax commitments that Rishi Sunak is putting forward, which will take us back to what Liz Truss did and crash our economy again.
Okay, I want to go back to the issue of trust, if I may, and this is specific to yourself,
House
because
of Parliament,
you
UK,
may well
24.
become the Deputy Prime Minister. It becomes more and more relevant. We go back 4 years, and this is a tweet that was yours. You said the obscene and inhumane two-child cap must go. So you said that. Keir Starmer's decided not to scrap the two-child benefit cap. So how do we square those two things about what you said then and what your party is doing now relating to trust?
Aye.
That's a really fair question, and Keir Starmer.
And you stopped building skyscraters in Woking Town as well.
Manifesto. Now, I accept
Can you build
that.
things underground?
And
you shrink things?
And if I'm Deputy Prime Minister, we'll be pushing really hard on that, because I was a
Well, you
child
promised that.
in poverty, but I went to school without a breakfast in the morning. Labour's committed to having free breakfast clubs for every child at primary school, which I think is incredibly important and will help alleviate some of the challenges that children face and families face around work as well. But we can't do everything. 14 years, the Tories have crashed the economy. We have a high tax, low growth economy. We said our priority has to be to grow the economy, and we've set out the proposals to do that so we can pay for our public services, and then we can look at reversing some of the disaster of the last 14 years. But we can't do everything overnight, and that is about trust, and that is about honesty from the Labour Party about the constraints that we'll inherit if we win the general election on the 4th of July.
Well, you say you can't do everything overnight, and therein lies another issue, and I go back to the issue of trust. The questions keep coming about immigration, for example, where your party is saying very clearly you want to bring those numbers down, but you refuse to give specific numbers, which people think on the trust issue means you've got to get out later on. If you win, you can say, well, we were never specific. And that's just you being careful so you don't have anything to refer back to. Why not talk?
Aye.
Because people have promised numbers and have failed to reach those targets. You've just said in your package earlier around migration is set to fall, but we've got a programme which is about an industrial and skills strategy so that we get the skills we need in things like social care, where we have visas that are a high level, because we don't have the skills in the UK to cover that. So we have to put those programmes in place in order to bring net migration down further. We won't have a figure for that, and we're being very honest, but numbers will come down significantly if you have a plan to tackle it, and we do have a plan to tackle it, and that's how we think that we'll bring those numbers down further, by having the skills in our economy here in the UK so that we can fill those vacancies, because our economy will suffer if we don't have those skills and we have those vacancies. And our industries are telling us quite categorically that they're suffering because we don't have the skills in our economy, and that's why Labour's committed to that skills.
Sure, Liz wants to be a carer, no one wants to do a job in the hospital or in a cleaner because the pay is really bad. On the NHS, it's not being treated right.
The version of honesty in politics is we don't know. And that's being honest.
Where's the buck go? When?
I want something whereby they can hold you to account when you are in government. And
there's no buts, no ifs.
You've got no parameters.
Well, we do, and like
Butt's got to stand somewhere.
Migration figures are set to fall. We think we can have significant reductions by having a skills plan and an industrial strategy, which we've not seen under the Conservatives. They've relied on overseas skills coming to the country to prop up our economy. What we're saying is we're going to have a skills programme to make sure that people can match those jobs for the economy and the growth that we need in the future. I think that that's credible for people to understand that, and to just spout figures, which we've had from the Conservatives, and they've failed on every single one of those targets, because actually instead of this sticky path that here's a headline figure, we're actually putting a detailed plan on how we're going to resolve this issue, and I think voters can understand that.
I mean, this goes across all issues, doesn't it? Because it goes across the NHS, it goes across waiting lists as well.
Aye.
These are all areas where people want tangible change. And if people cannot see commitments,
are you going to do
they
it?
can see what you hope to do, what you want to do. But if they can't see commitments, then it makes it very difficult for them to judge.
Well, Charlie, you mentioned the NHS, and we have put figures on.
You had a hard Parliament. There's the risk of that, guys. I'm not joking. Coalition again.
Which will give us
Or the Dems.
extra appointments
and the Conservatives or the Labour Party.
to bring down the 8 million people waiting on waiting lists currently across the UK, so that we can clear that backlog before the end of the next Parliament. That's what Keir committed to last night in the leadership debate. So where we can give a figure, because we've costed it and we've got the data that proves it, we have given that commitment, and we do believe we can meet that. So where we believe we can give a figure and be honest with the public and we can meet that target, we are delivering on that.
Angela Rayner, Labour.
Angela Rayner. There you go, guys. Interview's over.
Thank you.
Well, who knows? We'll see what happens. You vote for who you want to vote for. Please subscribe to my channel on Sign Gems, and the force be with you always. To my friends Marky and Jimbo every Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. ITF Friday in Surrey Hills radio station. That beautiful sunrise at Stonehenge this morning.
15,000 people.
Wow, what a sight that is.
This morning.
Wow.
Druids, pagans.
Beautiful, look at that. Look at that.
Well. What a
Wow, that is
sight.
super, historically speaking, video for you if it was archive history. Right
The way
now.
it works is the stone circle, the light.
And this is my friend Shane live, every Friday at 10 to 12 p.m. Surrey Hills radio every Friday.
That was there this morning.
And this is my friend John
He's seen many of these.
on Last show every Sunday at 9 to 12 and live on the Waking Way show. Lara at 9 to 12 p.m. He's squashed on Sunday, H. Evans.
From one of the most beautiful places this morning to be on summer solstice with the weather.
He's squashed on Sunday, Jones. It's a beautiful morning sunrise. It's Stonehenge. He's squashed on Sunday, Jones. Bye, everyone.